Baloo, and welcome to Dishing It Up. We have a real treat for you today because there's a new restaurant in town that everybody's talking about. It's all over social media. You've got to go, you've got to try it. So I'm going to try it today. My guest today is Kristen Douglas, one of the co-owners of the Split Social Kitchen. So welcome.
Thank you for having us.
I'm so glad you're here. What are you going to cook today?
We're gonna do two different dishes for you. We're gonna do the Yoshi and lace, which is our black mussels and cioppino, served with a little sliced baguette, toasted up. It's amazing. Everybody likes it. It's perfect for people that don't like seafood. And then we're also gonna make the little snoozy, which is our blackened salmon flatbread.
Little snoozy. Okay. We are going to put the list of ingredients up on the screen, and we will be right back to get started. And we're back with Kristen and Kat from the Split Social Kitchen, and this is mussels, and I have to admit I've never tried them because I have no idea what to do with them. And we talked about they're kind of scary for people. So tell me why I shouldn't be afraid.
Seafood can be kind of scary just because it's seafood and we're in the Midwest, and so we're not familiar with a lot of different seafoods, preparation, how to know if it's safe. Because that can be the scariest part, is knowing, how to do it at home. So we have some Prince Edward Island black mussels. Something unique about us is that we do get them fresh and live. So that makes a difference. The reason that you might, if you're experienced with seafood, that you might want to get them fresh, is that the flavor is very, very clean. It does not have a seafood-y flavor. And it's going to take on the sauce, the flavor of whatever you put it with. White wine is kind of my go-to. Some people do them in a red wine sauce. I think sometimes the red wine sauces with these are a little bit overpowering because there is a nice flavor to them. The only thing that you can really do with these is overcook them, in which case they would just get a little bit tough. But other than that, they're really fast in the pan. The biggest thing is just finding a sauce that you really like and perfecting that, and then you're good to go. We're gonna go over cleaning them.
All right.
One of the things you're gonna do is clean them. They've got a little thing on them called a beard, which Kat is gonna show you.
Okay.
And it's this little...
Hold it up and let the camera take a look at that.
That little hairy guy right there. That's what it looks like, a little beard, like a little hipster goatee.
Okay.
And you're just gonna pull that out.
All right.
And you're just gonna go through your mussels. You'll look at them. If you have a mussel that you get that is open, and this is just with fresh mussels, the live mussels, you're gonna tap it. If it closes back up like that, then it's still live and you're good to go and you're good to cook it. If it does not, you're gonna wanna go ahead and discard it, throw it away, because that means it's dead. Once they've been dead, you don't know how long they've been dead, and it could have gone bad. If you do the frozen or pre-cooked mussels, which is a great way to start. It's gonna have a little bit less of a fresh flavor, almost like with any seafood, but you can pretty much guarantee you're gonna be fine. I'm not gonna say guarantee, but you can pretty much know that you're gonna be safe. They're already open when you get them. Harder House is an excellent place to grab those in a pinch, or if you're cooking for a bunch of people, they're a little bit cheaper that way. They're already cleaned, they've already got the beards off. They're opened up, ready to sauce and cook. You can cook them from frozen, or you can run them under a little bit of cold water for a while, which is what I would recommend, and then cook them in your sauce, just like we're about to do. So she's gonna continue to go through those. It can go pretty fast once you've done it a few times. Fortunately, I think that we went through these beforehand, so we know that there aren't any dead ones. But you'll see it, and so they're not super expensive. Better safe than sorry. Just toss it and move on to the next one. These are a really popular dish at the restaurant.
What is the beard? What is that? Okay, never mind.
I'm not sure.
it just looks cool.
I think it's how they feel around.
I'm not sure. That's a great Google.
Right. No, you don't want
Google it. I'm actually
Don't
not sure.
stump the chef.
You did. I'm not
Yay.
sure what the beard is. I just know it's kind of, like if you ate it, it really would be okay. It's just kind of gross.
Yeah, I'm glad to know that.
Yeah, but you're just gonna pull that right out of there.
All right.
So you're gonna do cold oil in a hot pan. So get your pan hot.
Which you always do, right? You almost always want to.
Yep, hot pan, cold oil. And normally we would throw some garlic in there, but we forgot the garlic,
Okay,
which is
that's all
really
right.
weird because we use garlic in everything. But I'll take the responsibility on that one. That was my bad. So you're gonna get the garlic in there, you're gonna cook it up a little bit, and then you're going to toss your mussels in. Make sure that you drain them and get all the excess moisture off, or account for it in your sauce, because otherwise your sauce might be a little bit too thin, or because most people will be following a recipe. She's gonna put salt and lemon juice on there because it helps them to open up, which is what you're after.
Okay.
I'd say you're about on like medium high heat with those. You do want to get the pan going like that, toss them around a little bit, and then she'll cap the pan after she adds the wine, which is the best part. Usually we drink wine when we're cooking, but I dropped the ball on that one.
I was a little disappointed when you got here
I
today,
normally
but-
never forget the wine, but I'm pregnant, so it's like if I can't have fun, nobody can.
Top
I'll
of mind.
punish the rest of us.
Now, I haven't seen these cook before, so when they open, is it
This one's starting.
really noticeable?
Yeah, they'll
Will
start.
they?
You'll see it.
Okay.
They'll open all the way up when
okay.
they're finished. That one's starting to. She's pouring some wine on there. All the alcohol will cook out of it, so you just get the awesome flavor. It keeps everything from sticking to the pan. Using wine as deglazing, which I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with.
Sure.
But usually the garlic would be in there, and we would be getting that off. So then you're just going to cap it. That's how you're steaming them. You can use a pan or a lid. We use pans.
Okay.
Because lids would just be difficult. Plus, this looks
That
fancy.
looks very fancy.
It's very fancy.
Yeah. And how long will they cook?
Like usually it's about 3 minutes, 3 to 5 sometimes. If you're doing a big order, it's like 5, but it's really fast. And you'll see them as soon as they're done, they're
Ready.
opened up.
Okay. Good.
And then, so what Kat is doing is chopping up some fresh basil because we're gonna put that over it. You can actually cook it in there, or you can just add it as a garnish at the end.
Right.
I like to put it in there and add it, but I love basil. So, and I think with herbs, fresh is always best. The flavors are so much better. You get all those oils, the
Sure.
texture's better. You don't have dried
Right.
pieces. Sorry.
Fresh is best.
Fresh is best.
Yes.
We use that hashtag a lot. So you're gonna get a baguette. You can make your own, you can buy one. The more firm baguettes are kind of better because what you're gonna use this for is dipping it in your sauce. We have a ton of people that come to the restaurant. That's actually how Dylan and I are, my business partner. He does not eat seafood. It's just a rule. It's not that he doesn't like the way that tastes. He's just meat and potatoes
steak.
guy. He
Okay.
likes steak. He likes fried chicken sandwiches, and you can't fault him for it because that's kind of a fun thing about our menu is we have some of everything. But you're just gonna do a little bit of olive oil on there. We typically at the restaurant butter them and put them on a grill, and we grill them up.
Grill one side.
But you can just throw them in the oven at home and toast them up. You still want them a little bit soft. She's gonna throw them on the flat top here, and we're just gonna get them a little bit crispy.
Oh, yes.
As you can see, the mussels are starting to open up in that wine and that lemon juice. Be careful if you have a gas stove at home. When you put wine on there, if you go to tossing before the alcohol is cooked out of it, you will get a flame. It's not the end of the world. Just pull it away from the stove because you don't necessarily want your whole kitchen.
Sure.
You'll
Yeah.
probably be
Or
okay.
yourself.
Probably be
Yeah.
okay. So she's throwing a little crushed red pepper in there. Then she's gonna throw some butter in there. This is where we build the sauce.
Okay.
So more butter, always better.
Always better.
This
Butter's
is
better.
our house-made tomato sauce. You can use whatever tomato sauce you like. There's one that I like to use at home when I'm trying to cheat, and it's a caramelized onion. I don't remember what brand it is, but you can get it at Price Cutter or anywhere. But it's nice. It's thinner. It's thinner than some of the other ones, and there's not as much sugar, so it tastes kind of like more of a homemade sauce.
Right.
But yeah, you can use whatever sauce it is you want. You can make your own. And you're just gonna add that in with your mussels after a lot of the water, the garlic and everything has, it's a very fragrant dish. So then the fresh basil goes in. As you can see, these have opened up quite a bit. They're just about done. You're gonna wanna cook that sauce down just a little bit more. And she's checking to see how hot that is. She's real brave. She's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's how you know. But yeah, so what you're gonna do is, they always have tasting spoons in the kitchen, and they'll taste stuff. You can taste, that's what you can do in your own kitchen if you want to. But you'll just let that sauce cook down a little bit, depending on how thick you want it. The main thing is not to let those mussels dry out. So you can really go for a minute or two, a little longer. You just don't want to let those dehydrate, because that's whenever they get chewy and they're not as good. So.
Okay. Are they done?
They're getting there.
Okay.
We're just going to cook that sauce down just a little bit more.
All right.
Let those crisp up, the toast points or the baguette.
There we go.
So this is actually one of those things that I have to talk people. I talk people into trying a lot because it's scary. Like, I would have to talk you into it. You go, oh well.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with.
And I always tell people, I'm like, if you don't like it, I'll get you something else. And so far, I'm 100%, or they're just too scared to tell me. So, perfect. I think we're probably good to go, and we can throw it in. We serve ours in a giant white bowl at the restaurant. You're always going to want to keep a bowl on hand to get rid of your shells, because you don't want to throw them back in. But you'll just want to be really careful, because they'll splash, and again, the sauce is hot. Another great thing to cook mussels with is tarragon. You can do a white wine lemon cream with tarragon. It's another good option. There's
Vermouth in the sauce is really good.
throw a little vermouth in there. There's a lot of direction you can go with these. This is just our preferred method.
Start.
But yeah, so she's going to take those out. We do about a half a pound to a pound in an order. These are on the menu every day. It's called the Yoshi and Lace. It's named after Dylan's sister and the nickname that my son gave her boyfriend when they were visiting. He was cooking hibachi for him, and he's like, he kept calling him Chef Yoshi.
Okay.
So
there you go.
but that's where we got the name for that one.
All right.
But then you're just gonna garnish a little more basil on top. Throw the toast points
I knew what you meant.
on the side. Yeah.
All right.
And we would be all set.
They roll. Okay.
You just wanna let
Perfect
them cool
timing. Perfect timing. We're going to
Awesome.
take a break. We'll be right back. Oh, that looks delicious. And we're back and ready to start on the little snoozy. Did you like that? Little snoozy.
Little snoozy.
Yeah, that's my take on it.
Yes.
Which is
exactly
a
how you have to
salmon
say it
dish.
in order. Yes, it's
Okay.
a salmon flatbread. So it's going to be like almost like a personal size pizza on naan bread, less cheese, totally different sauce. So really not at all like that. It's a really fresh dish, very filling. Just something a little bit different than what you're used to. We do it with 4 ounces of salmon. So what Kat is doing right now is putting a little salt and a little blackening seasoning on there. We do break ours down with the skin on, because when you start to cook it, it's really easy just to pull the skin off once it's cooking, rather than try to cut it off and lose some of the good flavor and the good salmon. And you get more flavor with it this way. So. If you're doing it at home, it's kind of nice to do it this way as well. I always used to try to cut the skin off, and then I just butcher it. And it's good too on the grill to leave the skin on, because then you can get it out of there. But so she's got a hot pan, cold oil. We typically do this on the grill at the restaurant. You can do it on a flat top, whatever you have at home, in the pan. We're gonna cook that all the way through. It'll eventually be chopped up and put on top of our naan. You can get naan anywhere. You can get it at Sam's. We obviously order it. Stonefire is a great brand to use if you're doing these at home. These are great. Flatbreads are great if you have kids. Also, if you have different tastes, if you're entertaining, they're really fun to make for people because you can have people in your kitchen while you're doing it, and it's not one of those things that's overwhelming. You can still
talk and
drink your wine, have cocktails, do it. You can really put anything on flatbread. So what Kat's doing is a garlic cream that we make in house. It's got roasted garlic in it. It smells great. You can use it on pretty much anything. Yeah, your finger, just a spoon, like Shay meeting at midnight. But then she's doing a cheese blend on top of that, mozzarella and Provolone Parmesan. That's kind of like our go-to. It's just the flavors are so amazing. And you don't want to do a ton of cheese with the salmon because it will overwhelm it. So we take it pretty easy. If you like cheese, go nuts. Sometimes I like to take artichoke hearts and stuff like that and put it on there. Those are really great. This is one of the things we do when we have people come in that are vegetarian. We'll do a bunch of sauteed veggies on there, cheese or no cheese. Flatbreads are nice because you can do them without cheese as well. So my mom's non-dairy, and she gets it with like olive oil and garlic. Kat's just over here putting them in the oven. We typically use a salamander, which probably no one has at home.
Right.
So you just put the oven on broil. You want to keep a close eye on it because that stuff burns really quick. So we go ahead and put it in the heat and let the cheese melt down and the naan crisp up.
Okay.
Naan will crisp up really quickly. It's also another good one to do with just olive oil and garlic on it. You can serve it. We serve it with our burrata as well, which is just it's like a creamy mozzarella, really, just to make it simple. We can put a little pesto on it. Really, anything that you want.
It. Great. She's watching that in the oven. She's
doing everything.
10 things going on.
This is why I talk and she cooks, because that would be on fire and that would be not more than blackened. So she's getting all the sides crisped up. The blackening seasoning is really nice. Some people don't like blackening seasoning, so you could just do salt and pepper. A lot of your flavors are going to come from the other things on the dish. It just depends on what you like. The reason that's so dark is because that is the skin side, and the skin always turns a dark black like that. So she's checking that in the oven.
She's good with that. Tell me, this is a great time. Tell me about the restaurant, where it's located, what your hours are.
We are at 3027 East Sunshine Street. We are open. We're closed on Mondays, but we're open for lunch Tuesday through Sunday. We open at 11, close around 10. We open at 10 on Saturday and Sunday for brunch, with our brunch menu and our regular menu.
Which looks fantastic. I go online and look at all your menus. The drink menu, the lunch menu, the brunch menu, it's all good.
We have a Bloody Mary menu, a mimosa menu, mimosas on Sundays. We're starting to make the mimosas 7 days a week because people I like to call it lunch wine. You mix it with juice and it makes it acceptable.
Sure.
So it's been really popular for us. Brunch has been crazy, so I would suggest if you're coming for brunch, come early because we're full at noon and we've been on a wait recently, so we're super grateful for that.
Totally. Yeah. How many restaurants open during a pandemic and you're so full? And I've been telling her you need to look for a larger space because people are trying to get in
We've been very, very fortunate. We've been trying to just kind of roll with the times. We do a ton of takeout food. We're happy to do curbside. We do family meals, a lot of catering we didn't plan on, but we're loving it.
Great.
We have a blast. We're really happy we just like cooking and making people happy. I feel like almost no one's angry when they're full.
Right.
So almost no one. Yeah, there's always that guy.
You've got your exceptions.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, your Facebook page, you've shown some great pictures of the
Yes, we do. We're really active on social media, so if you're ever interested in what we've got going on, I would say definitely follow us on Instagram, Facebook. We have a website as well where we always update our menu, our drink menu, anything that we have going on. We're also involved with a nonprofit called All the Pieces that does community outreach for kids, families, reuniting families. They do a little bit of everything, and we sponsor 1 hour a week of counseling. So anybody can walk in, but that's another thing that we do. You can learn more about it on our website. But we're
That's wonderful.
we stay busy.
Yeah. Yes.
So Kat is getting that salmon, and she's gonna go ahead and see how easy that skin peels off.
Oh, yes.
So
Much
it's
easier.
much easier than trying to cut it off. And then she's just gonna break that up. There's really no right way to do it. And you can cook the salmon however much or however little you want. Salmon is, as long as you're getting good salmon, it's pretty safe to do medium rare, medium. Some people like it a little more raw. I have to eat it well done right now.
Right,
So, but it's the flavor's amazing. And then after she's done breaking all that up, we're gonna move it over and onto the flatbread. Which we did put in the oven firsthand and and melt that cheese a little bit, because you also don't want to put that salmon in there and dry it out.
Sure.
So she's splitting up one piece of salmon for 2 flatbreads just because we want to feed everybody. But normally that entire piece of salmon would go on to one.
Okay.
So yeah, and you can always ask for, we have people that want extra, we have people that add beef to it. It really just depends on what you're in the mood for. There is plenty of food there no matter what. And then the next thing that we're doing is we'll add our pesto, which we make in-house. Really, really easy. If you have a food processor, you just some olive oil, some lemon juice. Lemon juice will make it stay green. It won't turn. Otherwise, it can turn dark.
Sure.
It also adds great flavor to it. And then you're going to use pine nuts. Pine nuts are super expensive right now, so you can use sunflower seeds.
Okay.
Doesn't really taste any different. We toast them up beforehand, before we put them in there with the olive oil and the garlic and the basil. So you're going to use fresh basil, olive oil, garlic, lemon juice, and toasted pine nuts.
That's great.
You can buy that from the grocery store already done. It tastes way better this way, and it looks super pretty. And then these are our pickled red onions. We never expected them to be this popular, but we make our own pickles and pickled onions, and it has been so popular. We put them on everything. They're almost on every plate garnish, but they add a nice little tangy, like the salt to this dish, which cuts the cheese, and it's really, really nice.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's a really nice dish, little something different. But this is one of the dishes that's been really surprising for us. We sell a lot of it.
Can't wait to try it.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
All right, we're gonna let her cut that into some pieces, perfect for me and for you.
Perfect.
We're gonna take a short break, and we'll be right back to taste everything. And we're back. Look at this delicious pizza all ready to go. Looks fantastic. And I can't wait to taste the onions. You said they were super popular with everything. Okay, before we taste test, tell me one more time how people can find the Split Social Kitchen.
So we are located at 3027 East Sunshine. Our phone number is 417-755-7155. And you can find us at splitspringfield.com, or we're on Facebook and Instagram under Split Springfield.
And for people that know of Old Caesars,
it is the place where
old location.
Yep, Caesar's old location and Big Easy old location. So we've got a pretty good start for us. So yep.
Both of those have been hugely successful, even in a small spot like you're
Yes,
in. But yeah, everybody's talking. I just have to keep saying that. Everybody's talking about your restaurant. I also want you to tell you that for Metro Appliances and More, if you'd like to know about our stores, we have 8 locations across the Midwest. Please go to metroappliancesandmore.com to find out what we offer and where we're located near you. And also mc22.net, you will find the directory of this show and all the other shows we've done with the great chefs in town, and when they will be airing on your local Mediacom channel. So business is out of the way.
Perfect.
Taste testing.
So
My first mussel.
My
first mussel.
You go first.
Do I eat bread with it or by itself?
By itself. Just get a little sauce on there.
Okay, here we go. This is scary for me. I just want you to know that.
You can do it. It's good.
knew?
Not like chicken at all.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Who knew?
So, super tasty.
Mussels. I'm a fan.
They're good.
That's fantastic.
Not spicy.
Okay.
Right up your alley.
You could share this with me too.
Oh, absolutely.
And then I'm going to have all this in my teeth. So I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you'll join us again next time. Thank you again so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kat, for all your help today.
Thank you,
Okay.
Kat.
Thank you, Kat. I'm going to eat.
It's good.
I love it. I love it all.
Awesome. You have to come in and try it.
Can I come to the restaurant tonight?
You can. I'll be there.